Flex, the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga, boof. I'm an 88 pack nigga, boof. I mean, Dave Walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed. Drew Titan Bronson on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I'm expecting company. Mac of the South, Shawa, salute. Adrian Vent, Mark Wunderlich, Johnny Q. Rod Neal, Cortez Bowles. Edgar Chavez, Black Vision. Nonito and Rachel's in the building, salute. 919, what up? Sam Mack, Tay, future ex-wife, salute. Yeah, I have a link in the chat. It's for a stalker. Tony, what up? How you feel? Oak Park Boxing. Steve Elder Mack. I'm waiting on somebody. I just came from Pat Lawson, salute. I just came from Dwayne Jones, salute. The brother Art Hostage. He's alive right now. The brothers UK, salute. And I go over there and I'm showing support, listening to the conversation. Art Hostage is a good man. He's provided us with a lot of things that we couldn't piece together. So he did that for us. And we made a new friend because it's called social media, and that's what we do. We made a new friend. So hold on, I'm sending out this text. There goes Stormy, okay. So, I'm over there. Damn it,
Hey, y'all.
So I'm over there. Hold on one second. Yeah, so I'm over there. And, as expected. Tony, what up? Cap City, salute. Dritch, what up? And as expected, here's what you gotta understand. Amandani Juma, I hope I ain't butcher your name, family. Salute to you. Yeah, so, I'm over there showing support to people that support me. That's what I do. And you remember how I always say, we, being that we're the personalities, I always tell y'all, I'm just a guy from the Bronx who loves boxing. And I speak up when I see things wrong. I don't care what race, culture, or creed you are, I'm going to speak up on it. That's the truth. And of course, I'm over there. I sent the super chat. This is not the first time this has happened. I sent the super chat. I sent like 3. And enter a troll. The usual schmeal, the insecure stuff. I'm racist and this, that, and the third. And I know he hasn't been subscribed to me for 3 weeks. So what I did, I put a link in the chat. And I said, here's what you do. After he admitted in his chat that he's smoking on some bud or whatever he's doing, I said, here's what you do. You come on over here and let's have a conversation. It's 2023. It's still January. We only got a couple of days left. I might have to body bag somebody maybe once or 3 times in the year. It keeps me sharp. So I'm giving them the space and opportunity to prove his point on my platform. So the link is in the chat. I'll put it there again. And yeah, there it is. Let me go to Art Hostage. I'm gonna message him right now. His name is Making People Smile. I am live right now. Slide. Aux. At Deacon. Blue. And I said, of course, when you come through, turn the camera on. Marco, what's good, brother?
What's poppin'?
Chilling. I'm waiting for a troll to come through.
A troll?
Yeah, I'm waiting for a troll to come through so I could, do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Tony Gilmore, he was there. He was there. He knows what I'm talking about. Levon Down gave the salute. He was there. You know, dude tried to try me. You know what I'm saying? Tried to try me. So I said, come on, bring your ass. You know, it's the usual thing. I'm racist or whatever. You know, it's the usual insecure shit that people say. So I said, when you come through, all right, I'm putting the link in the chat. All right, when you come through, click the link and we can have a conversation. You know how it is. You be nice to me, I'll be nice to you. If you feel that if you have a problem with me, we can have a conversation. We can air it out. But as soon as you go crazy, I'm gonna do what I do.
Right.
I'm gonna do what I do. So Jafar says, "Oh, salute." Rachel Nonito, salute. Yo, if y'all want to jump on, y'all can jump on. Outside of that, we're gonna talk about what happened what happened last night. We had a lot.
Real quick, Stormy, you're in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
They had that weigh-in with Roy Jones, that virtual. You heard about that? Roy Jones, they had like the press conference in Chicago. He's doing a virtual fight in the metaverse, whatever the fuck that means, against that bodybuilding dude.
Endo, that bodybuilder?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they had and Montel, who's my boy, this is how I know it. Well, both of them are. Roy and Montel. But Montel's going to be reffing. But I don't know how he's reffing a virtual fight. I don't really get it. But
what is that? What does that mean?
I don't know. I think they're going to put the sensors on them, and then they're going to like throw punches, almost like an Oculus kind of thing. And
like a video game.
Yeah, like against each other. They're not going to hit each other. It's going to be a video game, but they're going to be like censored up, and they're going to fight each other. Yeah, I know. I'm with you.
I thought.
I'm glad Roy's not fighting anymore. You know, like actually fighting, but. And Montel's reffing it, so I don't know.
I thought they were actually going to mix it up.
No, and it's done by Celebrity Boxing. You know, like the original one that did all the like whatever Vanilla Ice versus Todd Bridges back in the day and all that. That was an actual fight, if you remember it. Todd Bridges fucking all ice up.
I love this sport. And this sport hates me. This sport absolutely hates me. And I come back like the battered wife that just can't leave her abusive husband. I just come back. And I come back. Smooth shot, salute. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, man. Anyway, let's talk some boxing. I saw the stare down yesterday. I said, Endo, Roy is 5'10", 5'9",
5'11". He's about my height.
Okay. And Endo was significantly shorter than
him. Yeah. Like 5'8", maybe 5'7".
Yeah, but he's like 250, but that doesn't translate in a boxing ring at all.
No.
I said, Roy's gonna box his face in, man.
Yeah, even though there's quite an age difference. I would assume Endo's in his 30s, right?
Yeah. He's in his 30s, but I mean, look, I've seen bodybuilders and football players, they don't work out. The guys that actually work out in the boxing ring with limited skill, but they don't run out of gas, would be guys that run track, guys that play basketball, soccer players. The one thing they don't do is run out of gas right away, because the mistake that a novice will make was that when they get in the ring, they're not breathing when they're punching.
There's a lot to it. Yeah, I've played every sport, and nothing gets me tired because boxing has conditioned me. Like I could play basketball all day long, run, I could jog, I could run forever. Yeah, it's also a mentality. When you put yourself to the point where you're gonna throw up, you can't move, and you have somebody trying to knock your head off. It's just a different mentality. That's why I started thinking, like when these NBA players started falling down and act like they broke a leg and they just get up after rolling around. And I'm like, come on.
Did I ever tell you about the first time I got caught with a really good body shot?
No.
Bro. You want to tell me? First of all, I thought I shit my pants. I farted so loud, the whole gym stopped. and then they did the slow clap. It was like a rite of passage. It was like, yep, was waiting on that. Boom, that shit was like,
You went down?
I mean, behind the bag, people hitting the bag, speed bag. My fart drowned it out. It drowned out everything in the gym. Everyone stopped and looked, and I'm like leaning on the rope, like, wow. I didn't even know that was up there like that.
Was it a soloplex shot or was it a side shot, kidney? Or
It was right here.
soloplex? Yeah. That'll do it.
Oh my God.
I tell people, man, that was the one thing when I would fight and when I would hear somebody breathing hard, I would always go here, soloplex.
Mm-hmm.
More so than the sides or the kidneys, or right down the middle.
That's the worst. It's the worst feeling in the world because you're breathing, but you don't think you're breathing.
Yeah, it knocks. Literally, that's what the term "knocking the wind out of you" comes from.
Oh my God, that was the worst. The guy was standing, and the guy wasn't big either. He just hit me. He just caught me really good. I said, "Oh, ow!" So when people thought, you remember when B-Hop stopped Oscar De La Hoya?
Yeah, that was a
It didn't look like much, but the way Oscar was rolling on the floor, I said, "Nah, that hurt." And people
apparently, the kidney shots. I've never had a solid kidney or liver shot landed on me, but apparently those it's some next level kind of pain, and it's temporary. It goes away, but it hits you and it shoots, and you got to go down. And
it's the worst. It's the worst. And when Oscar hit the ground, my boys was like, "Nah, that didn't." I said, "Nah, he's not faking that."
Oh, they were trying to act like it was a bullshit punch.
Yeah. I said, "Nah, he's not faking. That shit was real. That was real."
By the way, that hat.
It goes away.
The hat you're wearing, that logo is dope.
Oh,
I meant to compliment you on it last time I saw it.
Thank you.
That's your own personal shit, right?
Yeah, salute to my brother A Weapons. He designed this for me.
That
It's
is
part
dope.
of my merch.
I like it a lot.
And the tank top.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's dope too. I like the fist grabbing it for some reason better though.
Yeah. Everyone go pick up some merch. I always forget I got merch. I wear this shit every day.
You should. Yeah, that's a dope logo.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Hey, the not chosen. Salute. Yeah, I'm waiting on that fella that was in Art Hostage chat. He said he want to have a conversation. So we can have a conversation. But until he shows up, I told him you show up, turn your camera on. Put down the blunt, whatever weed you smoking on. Come on my channel, respectful. And let's have a conversation. Get it off your chest. Whatever your problem is with me, get it off your chest. All right?
I have to tell you,
Yep.
the first reason that you know he ain't gonna come is because he let you know he was smoking a blunt.
There you go.
Listen,
There you go.
I'm called the sensei for a reason. I'll put it together for you. Sensibility, blunts, and having a conversation with you on live, that all don't go together.
No, I don't.
It don't go together.
It don't.
But typing and making weird comments and suggestions and everything, that's the MO. That's the MO of the day for these guys, man. But
the order of the day. It's the order of the day. The invite's open to Rachel and Nonito. If y'all not doing nothing, y'all could come through. We're gonna be talking about what happened last night. But let's just get to it. Let's get to it. What happened last night? I want to start backwards, though. Let's talk about Rocha. Let's talk about what we saw. It ended in round 8. I believe it was round 8, right? The stoppage ended in 8. That was a hell of a knockout. But you know what I didn't know? I didn't know what was I'm having a brain fart, man. What was dude's name?
George Ashie.
Ashie?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Y'all know Ashie Larry? Dave Chappelle?
Yeah. But it's
so Ashie.
Ashie.
Donnell Rollins.
Not Y.
No one personally.
So he was ballsy. That was his first stint at 147. I didn't realize that. That was his first stint at 147. And to me, he was in the pocket a lot when he didn't need to be. He was trying to prove that he was tough. He didn't need to be there. And he paid for that crap, man. And ever since the sensei said it, I can't not see it. That damn triangle. Why was he there? Why was
Because
he there?
he has low ring IQ. And listen, so does his trainers, because I'm going to tell you something. Of course, it's obvious that he had moved up, and his punching power wasn't enough for Rocha to respect coming in. But as I've often stated when I talk about boxing, if his corner had told him to make some adjustments on the punches that he's throwing and throw them to Rocha's body instead of his chin, because the right hand was landing. It was landing. He hit Rocha a lot. We saw the effect of his punches after a few rounds from Rocha, but his punches were not having the effect that they needed to stave off Rocha's attack or make him be more, calculating coming in. He picked his moments to just go in there and try to get at him. But the body shots would have kept him honest.
Yeah.
The body doesn't really know the difference between a real big puncher or not, because that's where your organs are. And you keep hitting a spot, you keep touching, and you keep touching. Next thing you know, a guy's like, okay, let me move back, And he didn't do that. And his people didn't tell him that.
Man,
he was definitely game, though. We did not know we were going to see such a game performance for a guy who we really didn't know.
that's a true story, man. I'm be honest with you, I never heard of him. And he fought with a lot of vigor, but I saw I think I forget which round, but Rocha got cut really bad, but it was underneath the eye. Was it underneath the eye? So they can continue. I saw the tide turning though, because Rocha turned it up on him. And again, he was just on those damn ropes, and it was only a matter of time. And the year just started. That was an ugly, ugly, ugly knockout. When you get knocked and you fall on your face like that, that's bad. He fell face first, like he literally kissed the damn mat. I mean, that was bad. Marco, did you see that?
I didn't see that one. Was that on the Yarde undercard?
No, where were they at? Because they fought
in California.
They're in California. This was hold on, I'm trying to say. This was I knew Rocha was gonna win only because I didn't know who dude was. I picked Rocha to win. But what we're looking at now is the setup from what elephant in the room. People gonna be talking about this all goddamn week. So let's just get to it. Rocha's at 147. He had pretty much so far knockout of the year. So far. You just found out. God, I swear to God, I don't want to do this, but I have to. We just found out that Bud was over at Golden Boy. And there's a picture with him and Oscar De La Hoya. Like B-Hop and Oscar just made a baby. And they got Bud right there. And these motherfuckers, man. So the rumor is, and I don't know if it's 100, that he's signing a deal with Golden Boy. I heard maybe 3 fights, and then I heard it may be Rocha, Ortiz, and somebody else. I don't know. Now I'm going to speak my piece on it. I don't give a fuck. How's that? You like that? I don't care. I hope Bud goes over there and he fights Rocha, because that's the setup. And he fights Ortiz and fucking Blair Cobbs. I don't care. That's good for him. He's a free agent. They can cut him a damn check, and I'm done with it. How about that? Why? We're not getting him versus Spence. Done. Stop thinking about it. Stop cursing people out over it. Stop. Stop. I'm done with it. I already pointed out my feelings towards Bud's movements, and that's where I stand. We thought we was gonna get it. He made some decisions that prohibited it. Now everyone's fighting with each other and pointing the finger. Look, I'm not getting a check. I'm not. And contrary to popular belief, neither is Blue Blood. Stop. Stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. Stop, y'all. Stop. I swear to God, y'all gotta stop. Y'all have to stop. Y'all gotta stop. He did not stop anything. As you can see, look at what Bud is doing. He got a check from BLK Prime, and now look what he's doing. You're gonna blame Blue for that too? It just proves my point. Bud has been doing what Bud wanted to do the whole fucking time. Now I know what people are gonna say. Oh, well, he could have went to PBC. I don't know. Maybe PBC's money ain't right. I don't know. I don't know. But everyone seems to find money to pay Canelo Alvarez, right? Y'all eyes are not on the prize. That's what everyone should be fighting over. Hey, man, whether you a Spence fan or a Bud fan, everyone should be like, PBC, Golden Boy, why y'all always find money for DAZN? Why you always got money for fucking Canelo? For all these other Mexican fighters. You got Errol and Bud, number 1 and 2 ranked pound for pound. Nobody got money for them? If y'all want to fuss with each other, be my guest. I don't care. If Bud ends up at fucking a Golden Boy, good. I hope he goes undefeated. We ain't gonna see that fight. Yo, you remember when Felix Trinidad and Roy Jones was the fight to make? What happened? Tito went in there and got knocked out by Bernard Hopkins. That's what happened. We got the fight like 8 years later when no one cared. Tito dropped the ball. That's what happened. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Roy told Blue, I think just yesterday, he tried to fight Evander Holyfield. But Evander said, I have nothing to gain from this.
Yep, he followed him to Atlanta.
He followed him to Atlanta. That's a true story. He tried to fight Mike Tyson. At the time, Mike Tyson says, I'm done with boxing. So what would be the point of Roy going up there? At that time, Roy was Superman. What would be the point of him beating on Mike Tyson fresh out of jail and Mike's head's not in it? There's no point. What would be the point of Evander Holyfield fighting Roy Jones and him not being able to catch him for 12 rounds? And trust me, what he did to John Ruiz at heavyweight, don't think he wouldn't be able to do that to Evander. It'd have been different, but it might have happened. This is boxing, y'all. At times, we just don't get what we want. But we don't need to be... You know, yo, do you understand what rats do to each other when they're in the cage? Rats will claw and kill each other to get out. That's what we are. That's how we behave. I promise you, I'm not going back and forth with no Bud fans because the extent of it goes for me is I think Errol's going to beat Bud's ass. But how do we find out for sure? Make the goddamn fight. I'm sorry, we can't make the fight. The business has gotten in the way. All right? I'm not calling anyone out their name. I don't give a shit if people call me out my name. I'm not on that type of time. I didn't destroy the fight. Everybody made business decisions. All I know is there ain't $1 million in my bank account. I don't work for the PBC. I damn sure don't work for Golden Boy. Golden Boy? Golden Boy? Golden Boy. That sounds suspect. And salute to all you niggas that got shit to say about anyone that has a problem with what I'm saying. You fucking monkeys.
Yo.
Every last one of you. Every last one of you. Burn. Car fire. Stormy, take it. I don't give a fuck.
Well, now y'all know why I don't talk about the guy on my channel. I've removed them from ratings and everything. But there is one beneficiary through this that is going to go through the roof now. And I can't wait to see the first meme. And that's BFTB. Because now that Bud is over at Golden Boy, the memes that he made with Bud dressed up in drag and everything, paired up with B-Hop and David Hoyer now, that is going to be, I'm looking forward to this week. Do you feel me?
It's going to be crazy.
I'm looking forward to this week. And you ain't heard nothing from BFTB. He been quiet in the mouth. He in the lab right now.
Right now.
Put shit together for you guys.
Yo,
I'm telling you.
BFTB is like, y'all ever saw Bruce Wayne in the Batcave with all those screens and shit? That's BFTB right now with nothing but Bud up there. Yo.
He is in there right now. I guarantee you. He got Bud with some weave. He got Bud in some pumps. He probably got him in some kind of skivvies or something with some fish bread. I'm telling you. Welcome to Golden Boy. Wait till you see it. Am I lying, Drew? Am I lying?
No. Wait, hold on. We got a super chat from Nonito and Rachel. He said, "Make it rain, salute Sunday." All right, here I go.
Push the weight and no flex. 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 The livest one in the section. Fit the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga roof. I'm a 88 pack nigga roof. I mean, hey, walk a drink, blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga.
Hey, I'm sorry. 88 Wolf Pack. Salute to Rachel. And Nonito, salute to y'all. Much love and appreciation. Yeah, I can't wait for this week. Bud going to go to Golden Boy. Look, I just saw it, and I said, oh, shit. When I saw the article, the first person I thought about was BFTB. I said, oh, shit. It's over. Enjoy the week. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. I ain't got to talk about it. Do not miss one show of BFTB this week. Don't do it. I don't care. He's working right now, man. He's working right now. I'm going to enjoy it. But you know what, Bud? Go get your money, man. I'm never going to tell a brother not to get his money.
My thing is, will he be keeping his pants up or not?
Oh, God. Oh.
What?
Oh, my God. And let me reiterate, I don't mean to make Marco uncomfortable. But fuck y'all niggas. Code of the ape. You fucking tree swinging banana breath motherfucker. I can't stand y'all. Stay away from me. God damn it. Fuck. So he might be facing Alex Rocha, and they're gonna promote it off of that damn knockout. So Bud's next opponent might be Alexis Rocha or Virgil Ortiz, but it's not gonna be Errol. Get it out your mind. That's it. So, and it makes sense because just 3 days ago, B-Hop put out this video where he was going off and saying, there's no money at the PBC, and the fighters are still got to pay Al Heyman a 35% advisor's fee because he got around the Muhammad Ali Act. That's what he said. And it sounds cute, but guess what? Check the fruit on the tree. It's fucking Bernard Hopkins. The same guy that when those racist emails came out about Al Heyman, and the only nigga that went in there, Fred Hawthorne, went in there, he was the only person that said, hey man, what's up with these racist emails? Y'all call Al Heyman Black Hitler. And Fred was escorted out of the goddamn joint. In case y'all were wondering why Fred got a hard-on for the PBC. Because he did that, because it was the right thing to do, and everyone act like they ain't see nothing. Y'all really gotta fucking check the temperature of the room. Before y'all go start throwing stones at people, you gotta understand why they do shit. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember the racist emails? So now, when you got motherfuckers like Rick Glasser, who's a fucking known troll, talking shit. I just saw someone just sent me a tweet that he said to Deontay Wilder. This old fucking cracker said some derogatory shit to him. You old cracker, you the biggest nigga on fucking Twitter, stupid. You the biggest nigga on Twitter, stupid. God damn it. On here wilding out. Stupid. Just dumb shit. Do y'all trust B-Hop? Did y'all forget? Did y'all forget what he did? When that shit with the racist emails happened, we all looked to B-Hop and say, yo, bro, you with Golden Boy. You in the middle of this shit. He didn't say anything. That B-Hop. So now he's going there talking shit about Al Heyman. Who don't talk shit about Al Heyman? That cracker, Rick Glasser ass, Dick Glasser, told me that the PBC was in the red and they'd be out of business. Motherfucker, that was 2014. We're in 2023. Now, could they be in financial straits right now? They could be. But here's what I know. It didn't happen when he told me it was gonna happen. These guys have an agenda. Don't think that this guy's not racist, Rick Glasser. And fuck you niggas that keep having him on the fucking platform. You know, you niggas are lost. You see this guy's old white face and you think he has fucking, he has some sort of pipe bomb? You think he got some sort of key to the industry that no one else has? Man, we got Miles Bailey up in here, who's more connected to the industry than he is. You need to check who you get your information from. I tell y'all straight up and down, I don't know every goddamn thing. I have an opinion, and when I don't know something, I ask questions. And when I ask questions and people can't answer them, that's their problem with me. And that's why that motherfucking troll won't show up. He made a statement on Hostage channel. I said, come on to the Strong House. Let's have a conversation. He ain't here. Let me make sure he ain't here. There you go. I never claimed to be a historian. I never claimed to know everything. Marco been in the ring. I can't tell you about actual competition. I can tell you all about sparring from the way I see it. That man's had pro fights. Jeremy Williams has had pro fights. Stormy has trained fighters. I don't get on here and say I know every fucking thing. I give you opinions. I give you news how I see it. Y'all tell me what you think, whether you agree or disagree. That's it. And that's why people fucks with me. And that's why people don't fuck with me. Because they say, how could this guy who don't know what I know has this following? Listen, I can't explain it. Wait a minute, yes I can. How many times do I always say, if people like, trust, and respect you, they're gonna fucks with you. I got the glow, Last Dragon, nigga. Fuck out of here. Salute to Todd French in that super chat. He said Drew's going in. Preach, brother. Drew with the doctorates and the culinary arts cooking mofos. Cooking, brother. Salute to the panel in black excellence. No doubt. Salute to you, fam. Look at that. They over there, because Art Hostage is live right now. The dude's still in the chat. There's people over there trying to get him to bring his ass over here. Come over here. I just said turn on your camera. Don't call me a racist and talk all that bullshit over there. Bring your ass over here, turn your camera on so the people can see the motherfuckers we talk to. See, that's important. Because some of these motherfuckers, when you actually see them, you say, oh, shit. That's who? That's the troll? That's the guy? Smoking weed. The nigga said he was smoking weed. What? Listen, if you's a hard body karate soccer fan to the point where you've called people out their name because of where they're from, please don't talk to me. I had a white person come to me in the past and say, yo, my God, you got a problem with white people? I said, motherfucker, I got a problem with people, period. I got a problem with everybody. If you got a problem with me, I got a problem with you. Fuck out of here. Everybody could get it. Nobody's safe. If you wrong, you wrong. I'm gonna give it to you. There go my brother Art Hostage. Moaning. Oh, no doubt, bro. No doubt, my brother. I'm waiting for that guy. His name was Making People Smile. Come over here and make us smile. Come over here and make us smile. Salute, Rachel. Come over here and make us smile. Young man, you definitely don't want no parts of this. Let me mention my brother Tony. I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood. Exactly, Xavier. I hate everybody. If they hate me, it's as simple as that. I'm just a boxing channel. You come over here fucking with me, you're gonna get every part of this roast. You're gonna have to prove what you're gonna say. I'm racist. Come over here and prove it. Why? Because I hate Tyson Fury? That's the first time you heard me say that man's name. I was just talking about racist emails from Golden Boy. Who runs Golden Boy? Mexicans, right? Who didn't say anything but works with them? Bernard Hopkins nigga ass, right? I got a fucking problem. Fix it. God damn it. I want the smoke. Where this dude at? There it is. I know you watching. You ain't been sub long enough, but you can click that link. Bring your ass! Oh, there go my brother Art Hostage. Waiting for his device to get connected. Let's get it! Some bitch! I see you backstage. It says device not connected. Anyway, Jamal, what up? And salute to you. If I miss you, just know that I love you. Let's get to the main card. Beterbiev versus Yarde. I'm gonna go to Marco first.
Okay.
Oh, that's go bound? Wait, hold on. Hey man.
Hi man, how you doing?
How you doing, brother?
I'm okay, how are you?
I'm doing good. For those of you that don't know, this is the brother that was just on Art Hostage's Live.
How are you, Marco? How are you, Stoney?
What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'm actually
Good,
home back as well, Marco, but how are you anyway, Drew? You were getting a bit, so somebody was winding you up over an arts.
Yeah, and I told him to take a trip over here. Oh, by the way, Art Hostage, that was you're right, it's a fake account. The guy's name is Mark Addy. Yo, y'all can't do what y'all used to do anymore.
Yeah.
The dude backstage name is Mark Addy. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get that dude the fuck out of here. Go on, man. It's a pleasure to meet you, brother.
And you, brother, and you. I didn't know whether I was going to be able to actually make a comment because of your 6-week rule, and then Art normally says after the 6 weeks you normally wind people up and just tell them to go and fuck off then if they've annoyed you. So
yeah, no doubt. Let me show you the bit of the stuff I deal with.
Yeah.
So we got a troll named Sonia Dumbass. All right.
Yeah.
This motherfucker waited 6 weeks to get in here. All right. Let me show you how we handle these things. Right. All right. This homosexual, I get stalked a lot. They want my body. I'm on this motherfucker channel. Their channel has been around since May 20th of 2022. All right. So here's what we do. We block this person, and that's the end of it. You have nothing constructive to add to the conversation of boxing. Do you know what we're doing next week? Sonya dumbass and all of you goddamn perpetrators. You know what I'm saying? Next week, we're gonna have Mike McCallum in the Strong House.
Mike McCallum, the body snatcher.
Yes, I spoke to him about 2 hours ago.
Okay, yeah,
Yep.
I remember him from back in the day.
Yeah, he's coming through, and we're gonna talk some boxing. I'm gonna try and I'm gonna call Michael Nunn. I'm gonna try and get him on together, and I'm gonna reach out to Roy. Mark, I'm gonna reach out to Roy. I'm gonna see if he wants to join the panel
If you
too.
want me to put in a word, I'll get it.
Yeah, please.
Michael Nunn, though.
They're middleweight legends, aren't they, Drew? Well, Michael Nunn, yeah.
Michael Nunn, though, I talked to him. He tends to want a little Skrilla. So,
Well, you know, look, he's backstage making people smile. Let's see if that's him. Turn your camera on.
Do you want me to just move a little bit, Drew, or
Oh, no, you good. You good right there. You good right there.
this guy's really coming in because you were on
You
fire.
know, he say it's him, but this is what social media is about. See, I just met this brother right here, literally like an hour ago. He was on Art Hosta's panel. They were talking. I came in. I showed some love. Where you at right now, brother?
Ireland.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm in Dublin, Ireland.
Ireland.
Dublin. Yeah,
I love
See,
them.
yeah,
just made a new friend.
yeah.
Now here's the
absolutely.
thing: we don't have to agree on boxing, you know, as long as we're respectful. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what I was saying in the chat was the reason why I take a position on certain things is because a lot of the average fans, they don't know what we know. They don't know what me, Stormy, and Marco may know. They don't know what we know.
Yeah.
So, you know, like for instance, let me just share this story. Wilder Fury 3 was in Las Vegas. I was there.
Okay.
I sat next to a British family.
Right.
That's what my seat was. And this fella, we was just talking boxing, and they were the most kind and respectful people. And I'm so glad. Let me tell you, I had so many death threats before I went down there. I said, man, fuck this, slide. When you see me there, slide. There was not one rude Brit there.
Yeah.
I was so happy I made that trip. Because everybody, and I told y'all, the family that recognized me,
Yeah.
that made my heart melt. I said, man, I'm out here ready to fight everybody. And then it's not like that.
Yeah.
They don't know what we know. They're just supporting Tyson Fury. And I know he's a dick, and he's a cheater, but they don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, and even if they did, they're not down there looking for smoke. They wasn't down there for that.
Yeah.
And me and that fella, we talked boxing we watched like 4 of the fights together. He didn't know how good Frank Sanchez was. And I said, look, this is just allegedly a younger person, a younger King Kong Ortiz. And we were talking boxing, and it was refreshing. He was there with his wife and daughter.
Yeah.
Beat him up?
Yeah, exactly.
Over what?
Yeah.
Now I didn't get the outcome I wanted, but what was it gonna do? Take it out on him?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But here's the funny part. Most of the threats I get is from motherfuckers that look like me.
Yeah.
And then you niggas get mad when you cry racism, and people that look like these two brothers on the bottom of the screen say to you, what about black on black crime?
Yeah.
Then you get mad.
And like when you say you're getting death threats, like serious, proper death threats, like put bullets in the post and fucking death threats at the door, and
I saved a handful of them. When you get to Vegas, I'm gonna shoot you, stab you, and do all of this. This is the type of shit that I got. I said, what? I'm not supposed to show up now? I said, when I get there, I'll see you there. Slide. How you want it, I got it. And nothing happened. Matter of fact, the only person that was acting out of sorts was a British black guy. Go figure that.
Yeah.
Because he was drunk.
Yeah.
And when I saw him Sunday, he apologized. I said, man, look, man, you just ride for your guy. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. I actually saw when I was trying to log on to your site, I saw Wilder and Ngannou. Do you reckon that actually might take off?
Well, that's from what I heard, it's the champ was he was on Trail Boxing and he said it out his own mouth. He said it's a strong possibility. They spoke before he left the UFC. They spoke about that, and now that Ngannou's a free agent, the probability of that happening is greater. So, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of the heavyweights would like to fight Ngannou, set themselves up for life.
Exactly. A lot of money.
Yeah.
Wow, they'll take care of him in under a round.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Marco, in Goldblum. Here's the thing. Deontay said that he would also go into the cage to fight Ngannou in return.
Yeah, he's bugging out with that.
I said, God damn it.
He'd be over the fucking octagon wall within, I'd say, 30 seconds.
It's different. There's just so many different ways to lose in the octagon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Although Deontay, I can only imagine. Can y'all imagine 6'7" if he grew up like knowing Muay Thai?
Yeah.
That'd be incredibly dangerous. But I don't like that.
Ngannou isn't very he isn't very wrestle heavy. He only learned wrestling in the last couple of years. So if they were to meet in a UFC fight, more than likely the male ego would just have the two of them duking it out. And if Wilder hit him once, more than likely he's fucking That's the problem. That's the problem. If it goes to the ground, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
There's just so many different ways to lose. And by the way, the fool that came in there that said he was making people smile, he disappeared, as usual.
Okay.
But man, this is what this is about, man. We're having a conversation, and this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's about fighting sports. It's not about taking things personal, and this is what we deal with all the time, man. And the only reason why I was turned up like this was because I don't like it when people do that shit. That was cowardly what that dude did in Art Hostage's chat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How I met Art Hostage, I saw him on a whole other channel and I just listened. Yeah. And I said, man, this guy knows his stuff, man. Yeah. So I reached out to him and I brought him onto the panel, and there were a lot of things that we did not know. And like as far as the Kenahans were concerned, I heard the name and I saw a documentary, but I said, well, who is this guy? And Art Hostage just filled in the blanks. And I said, man, this guy's the real deal, man. This guy Kenahan, what the fuck? I didn't know that. We didn't know who he was. Until Fury shouted him out. We didn't know who he was. I said, who's that?
Yeah.
Who's Kenahan? And
Best kept secret. But Drew, just on the guy that you had a bit of a falling out with, he's actually quite a nice fella, man. I don't know your history with and if the two of you have had beefs over boxing in the past, but I was quite surprised that he kind of would pick a fight, for want of a better word, but I don't know, man.
But you see, he picked it with me. I came in there peacefully. Yeah. That's why I'm very careful about where I even talk at. Yeah. Because not everyone keeps the same company. A lot of people don't like me, and that's fine. But as you just said, he picked the fight with me. I only knew about 3 people in there. Yeah. And he picked the fight with me. And I showed support with my pockets. If you have great content, I'm gonna donate. That's just how it is. Right. That's just how it is. Yeah. And he picked the fight with me, and I didn't appreciate what he said. So I wanted to extend my platform to him. You said I'm a racist. Prove it. You can't prove it. Yeah. Art Hostage in the building.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Do you know what, Mark? Look how lovely the digital video we're getting from the United States.
Yeah, I'm just relaxing, by the way. I'm not. I'm just lying down.
Honestly, it's crystal clear. It's coming through lovely and crystal clear. I'll tell you what, Drew. Last week, there's a couple of people on my channel. I've been there for a while, and they start indicating towards racist stuff and all that. And I've let a few things sort of go. Well, one came on the panel, and then he just said a couple of things, so I cleared the room and I just immediately blocked him. And I went, listen, right, you know what I mean? Most racists I've come across, right, are lazy. They're lazy. They don't even bother to, all they do is they just repeat, right, cliches and sound bites, okay? And then when you just say, excuse me, can I just ask you this? And they literally don't know what to say.
That's right. That's right. And that's all I was gonna do. That's what I did to Sugar Hill. I just asked some basic questions, and he put his whole goddamn leg in his mouth, and people got mad at me for it.
Did you interview Sugar Hill over the whole Tyson Wilder thing?
Oh, did he? Oh, did he?
Man.
Oh dear.
That was my viral moment. That was my viral moment.
Okay.
Sugar Hill was on someone else's show.
Yeah.
And I was watching for like an hour and a half, and I wasn't gonna beam in, but my brother Tay Jones beamed in, and then I said fuck it, you know. So then I beamed in, and we wasn't screaming and cursing at each other. I just asked him questions, and his responses wasn't legitimate, and the world got mad at me for it, which is fine, you know. But it's not my fault that he couldn't shut down the questions that I had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my viral moment.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, as I say, you know, as you say though, Drew, you know, time reveals all truth, and this is not over by a long shot about the things that are going to be coming out going forward.
Hold on, there's somebody backstage. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, what? That's what you're saying. You're racist. Do you think I will come on your show, on your panel, that is going to be biased? Why aren't you coming out?
Hold on, young man.
Go on.
Are you all right?
Are you all right?
I'm good. I'm asking, are you all right?
Oh, well, I've just said I'm all right. So go on, carry on.
Okay, so yeah, I'm a racist. Go ahead, talk to me.
What? So you're saying you're not?
Go ahead. Prove
So
your point.
on your channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hate white people. Fact, 100%. You try and mask it.
I'm
yeah,
out.
Of course you do.
Look at my panel.
Yeah, what?
Look at my panel.
Yeah, what? They've come over here from Arts Channel.
There's 3 white men on my panel right now who I get
Yeah,
along
but
with.
you're not going to say to them, get off your panel, are you? Because then you're going to look racist. Fact.
I mean, you watch my channel?
I've watched your channel for 6 weeks, made one comment, and I got blocked.
6 weeks?
And yeah, so your channel.
Who blocked you?
Who
blocked
I
you?
don't know. How am I going to know who blocked me?
What did you say? What did you say in my chat that warned you to get
I
blocked?
can't remember, but it was nothing valid worth getting blocked for. Yeah.
Okay, so it's nothing.
Your
what
channel,
was the conversation about?
Your channel is like a dictator's channel. If you don't like it or any of your chat don't like it,
it's my channel.
You get kicked off. It's bullshit.
Okay, well,
you can't
that's why I
even
have
make an
racist.
opinion. And all you do is like when you hate Tyson. Yeah, you might not like him, but deep down, it probably is because he's white. You can't accept the fact that a white.
Did you just get here?
The champion of the world and the best boxer in the world is white.
Young man.
You can't accept that the best white, best fighter in the world is white. You can't accept that. You can't accept that.
Young man,
time out. All your chatters are going to be.
Hold on, I'm gonna let you have your say.
Haters.
I'm gonna let you have your say. Time out.
Go on, then.
I'm gonna let you have your say.
Go on then.
Because you made a statement. You made a statement. You said I'm racist.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. Did you not just hear me give Bernard Hopkins the business a second ago? Or did you just
I don't give a shit what you just said.
Please,
I know you're racist.
Don't need to swear, please. Just no
Wait,
need
if
to
that's
swear.
the way I talk, I will talk like that. You don't like it, kick me off. Kick me off like you do everyone else. You're not telling me what to do. I don't give a shit whether it's...
This is the part where, all right, Big Pun just got muted. Big Pun just got muted, okay?
I'm sorry about that.
All right?
Honestly.
This is what racists do. All right? This man's talking in the cave. What was that? What was the name of that shit? What was the name of that horror movie with those vampires or monsters in the cave with the girls? They got caught in the cave and shit. That's where he is right now with those bitches. All right? And he's smoking a fucking blunt. Young man, you were too overweight to be puffing smoke out of your lungs. So I'm giving you a health tip right now. Take that shit out your mouth. Don't eat it. Remove it out your mouth.
Hold on, so you muted me. You muted me.
Yeah, I did, of course, and I muted you again because you're not going to talk over me. All right? Remove the blunt out your mouth. I don't talk to people that are high. I don't talk to... He's saying, fuck me. Not now. I got a headache. Why do you have a... What is that? You got a light? Are you in your house?
No, Drew, he's in his back garden in a hammock.
In a hammock?
in his back garden.
In his garden with this is comical. This is comical. All right,
I mean,
MP,
honestly,
your
truthfully,
man.
no, honestly, there's no need for this. If you want to have a nuanced debate or a conversation, fine, right? But at least try to act with some dignity, because all you're doing is making yourself look really silly, and you're not giving a good account of yourself.
No,
really.
he's muted me. He's muted me, so I can't talk. So I can't fucking.
I didn't do that. His shit froze.
All
just
you
now.
do, if no one goes along with your narrative,
What is my
you
narrative?
block them. And all your chatters
what is
and all
my
your
narrative?
subscribers kiss your ass. And if they don't kiss your ass, they get blocked. So you're a dictator. So go fuck yourself. And I don't care, right? I'll talk how I want to talk. And if he doesn't like it, kick me off your fucking channel. Go fuck yourself. How about
listen,
that?
Everything that you say, right, you see, just becomes
Yeah.
negated when
What?
you result to using profanity. You don't need to do that
Well,
to make a point.
All right, well, I don't care, right? My point is, the only point I've got, I don't give a shit about his boxing bullshit. That
Well,
he
that's
knows
what
why
you're
are you
a
here?
lot about.
Yeah, I was
Why
going
are
to
you
say,
here?
Is
yeah,
that
the
he's
channel's a boxing
racist.
channel, so it's
End
about
of.
boxing channel. Please.
I love that.
Yeah, I know,
You
I know
watch
that
him
it's
long
Tuesday.
enough, you will know what I'm saying. And the majority of his subs are going to be black. And if you've got any soul about you and you're white, you would not watch him. I'm going. See you later. Bye-bye. Point made.
Whoa.
Let me tell you something, you fat
Bye.
chitlin. Shut up. This motherfucker has eaten all the pigs. That's why there's no hogs for Tyson Fury to have eaten over there in the UK, because that motherfucker ate them.
Well, let me just tell you something else as well. That I get every day, right? I get the anti-Semitic things about me. I'm the Jew, I'm this, it's all my fault, I'm money grabbing, I get it every day. I have to take it every single day.
Listen,
honestly,
let me
so I
say
know
this,
exactly what it's like, and these people are idiots, complete
Let me
and
say
utter
this. Let me say
idiots.
this.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Goldblum, I hope
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Because this is what I deal with on a day.
Yeah.
This is why I have so many wrenches. Because this man said that he only watched me for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Only 6 weeks.
Yeah. No, I'm not. To be honest with you, man, I'm actually a bit surprised with him, because he's actually a nice guy. He's a bit of a buzzer. I think he has a hammock in his back garden and he just lies in it and he just chills out. I know that may sound a bit nuts.
Fam,
over your side of it.
let me tell you. He's a fat, insecure, racist piece of shit. Now, I know you may think he's a nice guy. To you, he's a nice guy. But when he sees me, I am 6'2", 220, all muscle with a six-pack. Okay. A lot of the fighters that I talk about and talk to, I actually have a relationship with them. I can call Roy Jones. I just spoke to Mike McCown. I can contact a lot of the fighters that have been in the Strong House. I can speak to Michael Nunn, all of these guys. What that dude is 110% pure jealous. He's not a boxing fan. He sees me and he says, why can I not be this guy? He can be me. Well, he's probably not as tall as me, but he's a fat fuck in his back hammock, in his backyard of his house, smoking a blunt. There's nothing about me that he could be. Not YouTube-wise or in real life. Not in YouTube or social media or in real life. I'm actually doing what I want to do here. He's complaining about my following. He's saying that, or what? I don't know what he said. I got a bunch of fucking followers. I have followers because people like, trust, and respect me. Where's his followers? Because I point out that Tyson Fury is a cheater, prove me wrong. That's why he left out of here, because that's where I was going. No, I don't like Tyson Fury. It has nothing to do with him being white. It has everything to do with him being a fucking cheater.
There you go. A criminal.
And I supported Tyson Fury before he got all depressed and left the sport and ballooned up to 400 pounds. I was out here saying, get back, Gypsy King. The boxing world needs you, Gypsy King. And then I found out he's cheating with gloves all over the place. This is all true. And I was a Canelo Alvarez supporter. Hold on, I gotta get this out. I was a Canelo Alvarez supporter until he starts popping dirty and cheating all over the place.
Right.
I have to hold these guys accountable because I love the sport. So when I mentioned the Bernard Hopkins thing, he said he don't give a fuck. That's me. That's me talking on my own.
The Bernard Hopkins thing. What was that? I didn't hear that.
Bernard Hopkins, he works with Golden Boy.
Yeah.
And there was some racist emails that were discovered. They call Al Heyman, who's over at the PBC, they called him Black Hitler. Very racist.
Yeah.
One guy that we know went into a press conference and he was the only person that asked what's going on with those racist emails. He was escorted out the building.
Well, did Hopkins say that he would never let a white man beat him when Joe Calzaghe
whooped his ass? Exactly.
Yeah.
And
at
you
the
see,
same time, Alan Minter said he'd never let a black man beat him when he was fighting Hagler in the 80s.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah. Correct. Now you see, this is what we're saying. This is the universe. Sometimes things happen and we don't understand why it's happening. It's not for us to understand. We have to watch it play out. Bernard Hopkins said that to Joe Calzaghe. Calzaghe whooped his ass.
Yeah.
Then he fucked around. He lost to Kovalev, and then he ended his career flying out the goddamn ring like a luchador by Joe Smith. Shout out to Joe Smith from Long Island. Mr. I ain't gonna ever let a white boy beat me. And I said, well, why is that happening to him? Well, there was racist emails against your fellow black man, and you said nothing.
Yeah.
So fuck Bernard Hopkins.
Well, I mean,
it's also boring to watch.
Yeah. That's another. That's
what I don't like about.
Drew. All I can say, right, is I'm just a little old Jewish fella here trying to make peace with everyone. I'm just trying to get people to get on with each other. Do you know what I mean? And why can't we sit down and break some bread and have a chicken, a salt beef sandwich, and get on with each other? What is all this hostility that keeps going round? Honestly, Drew, I've experienced it in the last few weeks.
Here's a hostility.
Artist, is that where the special forces are in your back garden hiding in the bushes?
Yeah.
Here's a hostility. What you saw just now, and every now and again you gotta let a troll in here so you can know. All right, this cocksucker came in here, and all that was, you saw him when he turned the camera on. He's an overweight weed smoker who loves Tyson Fury and doesn't want to hear shit that I have to say that exposes him for the fucking cheater that he is. And it's not only him, it's his dad who's a criminal. He's a fucking criminal. His brother's a fucking criminal. The only people innocent are probably the fucking wife and the babies.
I mean, the Fury family are fairly notorious in England, but just my own personal opinion, I don't think that should take away from the fact that of his ability in the ring. I mean, okay, the gloves thing is an opinion, but I just honestly thought that he had Wilder's,
You see, you that's the part. So you could think that, and that's the part why I say the average fan don't know what we know.
Yeah,
understand? I never said that he couldn't box. What disappoints me is the levels that he had to go through to cheat, because Deontay Wilder wasn't the first person he cheated.
Yeah,
he cheated this German fella. He got poisoned the night before. He poisoned him and his wife. They had ordered some takeout, and they ate it, and he had diarrhea.
What about Del Boy? What about Del Boy? When Del Boy said, Derek Chisora said in an interview recently before the Tyson Fury fight, he cheated me on one of my previous fights. He said it. You played it, Drew. Del Boy.
Yeah. You know what it is? The issue
but Drew, what about Mali stop training Wilder now? Do you remember this? Remember when they both fought? I mean, let's call a spade a spade. When they both fought and Wilder knocked him down, that fucking punch never went near his jaw, and he hit the deck like a bleeding ballerina. And now he's training.
Well, watch this. Malik just had a fight.
Oh yeah,
recently in Russia.
Yeah,
just had a fight in Russia, and people say he took a dive out there. I don't know. I didn't.
You know what it is though? I don't think the issue isn't who cheated, who didn't. The issue is talking to each other and being respectful. Right? We could all disagree, but it doesn't need to go to those levels. I think if everybody could just fucking get out your opinions and deal with somebody not agreeing without lashing out, and be a different place.
Right, it would be. And literally, and Marco, right? You've been reading my script, didn't you?
No.
You see.
I'm only joking. I'm joking with you.
I'm not gonna make a blind statement without backing it up with a fact.
Exactly.
Right, and
Drew, Drew, I came to you and said, Drew, Tyson Fury's a criminal. I said, forget about the boxing things. And you went, is he? Well, he's also been cheating at boxing. I went, is he? I said, well, this is what I've got. And you went, well, this is what I've got. I went, oh my God, he's both now then.
That's right. There was a lot of things I didn't know. There was a lot of things I didn't know. A lot of it was speculation until I spoke to Art Hotchkiss. But then again, when I met Tay Jones, there was things that, you see, there's a lot of things that it's not for me to release to y'all. But I spoke to Tay Jones, and y'all know, for those of you that follow me, y'all know, Tay showed me shit. You know what I'm saying? So we got Vegas, the WBC, in cahoots with the Furies, and we was like, how is he getting away with this shit? And then we found out about Daniel Kinahan. And we was like, oh shit. There it was. We was like, how is he getting away? You have to have some really deep pockets to make people turn their heads. Daniel Kinahan. Bob Arum paid that man $8 million in consulting fees for what? What the fuck was that? Well, judges, refs.
Bob Arum is no shrinking. Bob Arum is he's as bent as Jesus as well, for God's sake.
Yes. This is a dirty business. It's very, very dirty. And it needs to be sanctioned by, dare I say, the government. They need to oversee this shit. There's too many people that got their hands in the pot.
Absolutely. And implement 401ks, health insurance, pensions, all that.
And these are things that Deontay has been talking about. I've been talking about. Deontay just said it on Chill Boxing the other day. They, fighters need a pension plan. These are things that we talk. These are things we talk about here.
We talked about this last time. It's Lord of the Rings boxing.
That's right. Yeah. But see,
not Lord of the Rings. Flies. What's it called?
Lord of the Flies.
There we go.
Lord of the Flies.
Look, see, these are things. This is what my channel does. I am concerned about the welfare of the fighters. These are things that I talk about. But all MP did was get in here and hear me say Fury bad, so I must be racist. Bullshit. Like I said in the chat. A white person a long time ago says, man, you got a problem with white people? I said, no, motherfucker, I got a problem with people, period. I got a problem with people who got a problem with fucking me. I got a problem with people if you are fucking off in this goddamn sport, I don't like you. I don't care what race, culture, or creed. If you fucking off my sport, I don't like you. I was a big Canelo Alvarez supporter, and he start popping dirty, and he's not fighting his goddamn contemporaries. I don't fuck with the guy no more.
Yeah.
He was supposed to fight Gennady Golovkin. He threw the belt in the garbage. Okay, when it was time for him to fight Jamal Charlo, they invented a franchise status for him.
And then also what you got to fight against as well is all these hard-working boxers, professional boxers, earning very little money, working 2 jobs for their career. When you've got people like Jake Paul and Tommy Fury with no record at all, they're going to earn millions of dollars in Riyadh, and it's a circus freak show. That is another thing that we have to deal with as well. Running parallel to legitimate boxing. I mean, it's a circus.
You could argue that helps boxing because at least it brings eyeballs.
Yes, no, I understand that. I have said that. Yes, I do agree with that. But it still dilutes the legitimacy of boxing, don't it?
And it upsets a lot of
and also, like, any younger fans that want to get into boxing, like 9, 10, 11, 12, and they're seeing these kind of fucking joke exhibition fights, it's a bit sort of, just for the purist, it's not exactly...
I was about to say that. To the purist, like how we are, you look at Jake Paul and you understand that he's maximizing his popularity due to what he's done on social media. But he can't hold the candlestick to like any guys that we can mention. Like, I mean, Devin Haney's number 1 pound for pound in my opinion.
Jake Paul should release more videos because I hear through the grapevine from people who I trust that he works really hard. I don't like him, but he should release more videos of how hard he works instead of all this other bullshit he releases. That would hit more, I think. Show him sparring, show him working hard, not the goofy shit he releases.
When he's boxing, he's boxing. When he's training. When he's doing Instagram stuff, he's doing that stuff. At least it gives you a decent chronology of what he's up to now currently, and that will give him more legitimacy. But even so, why do people, again, why does Ryan Garcia get spoken in the same breath as Tank when Ryan Garcia, really, look at his track record?
Well, boxing is the least popular, at least in America. I don't know what it's like out there with you guys, but in America, boxing, of the big sports, football, basketball, boxing is the least popular, unfortunately, now. That's why we have people with other followings come in and draw such a large following. You know what I mean?
Time out.
Well,
Can
they're
y'all
not
see?
the same
Y'all,
superstars, are they?
can y'all see the private chat?
Yeah, what he wrote before, the dude. Yeah.
Look.
I can't see the private chat. There's nothing in there for me.
Look.
Yeah,
You'll do nothing. Terrorize you all day. Get to the right side of the bus. This is what his fat ass finds time to do. When I'm talking boxing and trying to big up the sport that people claim they love, he's talking about terrorizing me. So when we say that these people are weirdos, you can never terrorize me. You a fat fuck smoking a blunt. You got big titties. I can tell through the goddamn sweater. You're a man. You got big titties. You got big titties. You H cups. Come to the Bronx. I'll take you down to a fucking show and you can win a wet t-shirt contest. Just shave all the hair off your shit. You got big titties. This is what you do.
On that note, can I just ask you one thing, Drew? When do you have Mike McCallum coming on?
Oh, that's next Sunday.
Next Sunday, right? Well, look, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and thanks for having me on. And I'll be back on next Sunday because I'd love to hear Mike McCallum and Michael.
Absolutely, brother. Pleasure meeting you, man. See, you just made a new friend.
Okay.
Greetings,
cheers.
brother. Yes, sir.
See you later, Stoney.
All right.
Talk
Take
to you
care,
again.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Take care, lads.
So, back to let's call MP. Let's call him Titties. Titties, yeah, Titties. And I know you're watching me. All right, you are being racist for calling me a racist. That's an inside joke, y'all. Every now and again, you got to do this shit. The motherfucker literally said terrorize you all day. I hope you're rich. You got a lot of time to follow me. This is why I'm saying it's jealousy. I don't even have 10,000 subs yet. And somehow you've lost sleep over me. I'm fucking handsome. That's why. I have a six-pack. That's why. There's 7 days in a work week. All right? At least 3 of those days, some chick is trying to get my phone number. You don't live that life. How do I know? I've seen you now. What hoe? I'm sorry, a hoe will, because you look like a complete John. A hoe will approach you. 2 pounds for head, and you'll pay that to a crack whore with no teeth. You and Tyson Fury's man. What's that motherfucking name? The other gypsy. What's his name, Marco? That likes to beat bitches during the pandemic. Just got his eye socket broken by Canelo.
Billy Joe Saunders.
Billy Joe Saunders.
Saunders.
Y'all can go find crack horse together. I'm roasting you now.
Mind you, Drew, listen, right? I'm not pretty, right? But the only six-pack I've got is on my nose, right? But he's been driving me mad for months, right? With his racist, anti-Semitic comments, right? Honestly. But you see, I've got to get to learn. It's a learning curve for me how to deal with these people because they come in sometimes supporting you, and then you can get lost with the comments, and then you get told afterwards what they've said.
Wait, this guy was in your channel making anti-Semitic comments?
Oh yes, I get it all the time.
Okay, not this guy specifically. different.
No. But
this guy as well as loads of other people. I mean, for me, I just have to accept it as part. I've had it all my life. You know what I mean? It's always my fault. You know what I mean? It's the bloody Jews. As if like it's me. You know, people say I hate the Jews. I go, well, have you met everyone then? You know what I mean? I hate it. I really do. People keep on and on and on.
There's not
it's the same
a lot
old
of
cliche.
There's not a large Jewish population in England, right? Or am I just ignorant?
300,000.
I don't know what that means. Is that a lot?
0.5% of the population. In the US, it's 2%.
Okay, yeah, it's low. New York, we have a whole lot of them.
Yeah, it's about a quarter of what is in the population in America.
Yeah.
But then again, if you take out New York and Florida, okay, then the rest of the US and Los Angeles, right? The rest of the US, there's not so many Jewish people. But at the end of the day, it's just laziness. Racism comes from laziness, not learning the facts and doing research. There's good and bad in every single group.
And this is what I'm saying, Art. This is what I'm saying. This guy been listening to me because he searched the internet looking for Fury hate. and he sees some black guy from New York who can't stand the guy, but I have reason and I have proof to support
That's the difference.
what I think about this guy, what I know about this guy. And he swings into how you think I'm looking at him for capping for Fury, regardless of the information that I've given out over the last few years, last like 2 years.
Exactly. But okay, all you got to point to is the Gareth A. Davis interview, right? 2 months ago, when clearly Tyson Fury is high on cocaine, his jaw's going left, right, he's sweating. He's when he's trying to make that point about the fight coming up when he's been interviewed. You played it, didn't you? The Gareth Davis one. Clearly on cocaine, he's meant to be the heavyweight champion of the world. That's not the behaviour that we're meant to be seeing.
It's not. And you see the brother right here, Tony Gilmore, he says he's a Fury fan, but he's listened, brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen, you can root for who you want to root for. I'm not gonna cut you down.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I was a Fury supporter until I started finding this shit out. I didn't know about the fucking gloves until I got home that night. And people just bombarded my fucking email saying, no, you gotta see this. And I'm looking at it, I said, what the fuck's wrong with his glove? And I said, wait a goddamn minute. And then we went back to the first fight and his fucking glove was doing all this flopping and shit. I said, oh, come on, dogs. Come on, man. And then the third fight, he caught COVID and then flies back to the UK. And then comes back to America. He has to get injections in his fucking elbow. I'm like, what is he doing?
Change the ref. Change the ref
said
2 days before. 2 days before, change the referee.
They changed the referee 2 days before the goddamn fight. Tay didn't even know. I called him and I said, yo, you know they changed the referee? He said no. Come on, man. This is real stuff. There's a reason. There's a reason. If I don't like somebody, there's a reason. But like I said, this motherfucker surfs the internet for people that don't like Fury. There are white people that don't like Fury. What do you say to them? Probably nothing. But you see me, and I'm loud about it. And your fat, big titty, D-cup having, insecure ass want to accuse me of being racist? No, motherfucker. You's a lazy ass racist. You got big titties, a big matching stomach, and you're raging war against lettuce. How about raise war against that marijuana you smoking? It's bad for you. I don't care how it make you feel. You fat fuck. This motherfucker, you take smashing pumpkins to a new level. Not the group. You literally run around beating pumpkins because it's healthy for you. You are raging war against vegetables. You cannot survive on burgers and injecting grease in the side of your fat fucking neck. Did you even have a neck? The last thing you need to be doing is smoke. This is a health tip. Get off your fat ass. Put on a shirt. Put down the marijuana and get on the treadmill. Seriously. I wouldn't even challenge you to a fight. All I gotta do is faint at you 4 times and you get fucking tired doing this. You be tired. With feints. Then I fucking slap the shit out of you and you fall on the floor. Not because it might hurt, but you'll be exhausted. How do you love a sport you've never participated in? Which is why I have a problem with Dan Raphael. All that opinion with the matching stomach. All opinion with a matching stomach. You fat fuck. I hate the Furies because they're fucking cheaters. That's it. That's it. I don't like Bernard Hopkins because he's a fucking sellout. Titties. And there's your answer. Titties. Big titties. Under that shirt, we saw it. You got big areolas. Them shits look like fucking fine sauces. Them shits look like the fucking rims on my fucking truck. Big titties. You on here flipping the bird, nigga. Your fucking fingers look like Vienna sausages. You're disgusting. Lose some fucking weight. Hit up Hard Body J Timo. Hit me up behind the scenes and say, Drew, I am so sorry. My problem is, I'm fat as fuck. I haven't seen my penis in 4 goddamn years. Yeah. Box boxing, please. Now, let's talk about some boxing. So what we had yesterday, what a way to get back into boxing, right? Big titties. Anyway. Let's talk about Art Hostage, your fellow countryman, Anthony Yarde.
Yeah, he done very, very well, but this Beterbiev, he's like a freak of nature, isn't he? At 38 still. I mean, he's still probably got a couple of years left, but he's obviously going to start winding down. So if they juggle it right, there'll be 4 belts that'll be up for grabs. And so I'd imagine Yarde he'll probably win one of those belts. Maybe the WBO, Frank Warren is very in with it. He can almost get a title fight whenever he wants. But yes, it was a tear up. I mean, he went hell for leather for it, and I think it was only his experience that managed to sort of see him through. He needed a few more fights, Yarde. He just needed a bit more experience, I think, that's all. But yeah, I mean, he done well against anyone else. He would have finished him, I think.
Yeah. I want to hear Stormy's take on that, man, because he nailed it in his post-fight last night, man. That was brilliant, man. I just want Stormy to reiterate, man, but in my opinion, Beterbiev is the truth. That man got bombs in both hands. He has what I call Foreman-esque power, old school George Foreman type of power at that weight division. And if he wasn't sold on Beterbiev, last night should have been the wake-up call if he didn't know. He's for real. But salute to Anthony Yarde because he didn't show up to lay down. He had a lot of good spots. And I thought the first round was very pivotal because he was, I don't know if he was nervous, but there was a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of unnecessary movement with him. He was very jittery, but then when he settled down...
It was a big step up, and so if anyone said they're not nervous, they'd be lying, and you might need 20, 30 seconds to, even the first round to be able to just sort of acclimatise yourself with the surroundings.
Yeah. But not to take away from Yarde. Yarde was Yarde. He didn't do... I'm not going to say he made like grave mistakes. There was some things he could have did better. I'm going to let Stormy expand on that. But I think it was. I said, look, I'm rooting for Anthony Yarde, but I don't know about this one. Beterbiev is that guy at 175, and I can't wait for Undisputed. But I'm gonna throw it to Stormy. Your expertise on this, Stormy. Just tell us what you saw last night.
Well, going into the fight, I didn't give Anthony Yarde a chance. And that wasn't because I don't like him or anything like that. I don't think that he's had enough of the type of experience that would be required to defeat a champion like Artur Beterbiev. Now, that being said, I think he performed very well. He actually performed better in this fight than he did against Sergey Kovalev, but he was in there with a different type of opponent.
Yeah.
And though he tried to ride his wave of confidence, he didn't have enough ring experience, fight experience to deal with things when they got tough for him against this guy, because this guy brings a different assortment of issues for people. And if you really look at it, Beterbiev is the one, his last 2 to 3 fights prepared him for this fight. And Yarde did not have the type of opponents that could have given him more for this. What you saw on display from Yarde last night was everything that he could naturally bring to the ring. Now imagine if he had a very quality trainer that would have prepared him for this stage. He didn't have that. And by the time the fight was called by his corner, he had exasperated everything that he could bring to the ring. He hit Beterbiev with his best stuff. He had given him movement. He had shown hand speed. He even showed some resiliency in taking Beterbiev's strength early on. But as Beterbiev spoke in the post-fight interview, he was just getting warmed up. And Yarde was breaking down. Now, some people will say certain things like, well, you know, he cut Beterbiev. You know, Beterbiev's face was showing signs of battle. And that's exactly true. That it's a fight. You expect to come out with some badges from battle. Tunde pulled him out before he got broken, and that was great because he can fight another day and he may have something still to build on, but he has to make changes in his corner. That doesn't mean he has to get rid of Tunde. He can bring someone else in to help him get beyond where he currently is, because he will not get better than last night if he doesn't make changes. Beterbiev has fought fighters that are far better than Yarde. Alexander Gavaskik, better fighter. Joe Smith Jr., better fighter. Different fighter, but better. Maurice Brown, that guy brought a different type of a challenge to the ring because he brought that dirtiness and that roughhousing and things like that. And Beterbiev, who is a pretty even kill guy, that doesn't mean he can't get dirty himself, but that cut over his eye, over his forehead, that the referee, Marcus Brown, I'm sorry, thank you for correcting me. I said Maurice Brown. When the ref told him, I give you one more round, he turned it up.
Yes.
He turned it up and he got rid of the other guy. Those are the type of in-ring, in-fight experiences that one needs to fortify themselves when you're saying, I'm a champion. It's one thing to be a titleist. It's another thing to be a champion. And Artur Beterbiev is a champion. He's out there representing like that. And though he does not, and I talked about this earlier, though he does not fight as frequent as you may like to see, he doesn't cut any corners. He comes in there primed and ready for battle. I believe if Yarde was fortunate enough to put him on the canvas, he would have gotten up, composed himself, gotten up, and turned the heat up on this guy even more. But what he saw was a young, strong, talented, athletic guy. And he had to be cautious with him because he didn't want to give him more than what he could take, if that makes any sense. In that third round, when he caught him in the triangle and he started pounding on him, he knew then that he had the guy. But he also knew that he had 12 rounds to work with. Remember, it's his title to defend, and it's Yarde's challenge to win. Two different scenarios. And when you are dictating the tempo, when you are dictating the action, when you don't have anything to be nervous about, when you're not fighting for the crowd, you're not in your hometown with the pressure of impressing people and things of that nature, all you got to do is go out there and take it away from this guy. You're talking about the difference in the perspectives of the two men. And Yarde fought admirably. There are people who are talking about him and putting him down and stuff like that. I don't see it that way. He
Mm-hmm.
was valiant, and I give him credit for that. But his cup is empty. He needs to replenish. He needs to refill it. He can't go back to the gym to everything that was before this fight. He has to get better.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't do that, that means that he is content with where he is, because there are fights he's going to win and there are fights he will definitely lose. But the difference is how bad he really wants it. He's probably one of the most talented guys at that weight class, and he showed that he's pretty damn big.
He was fucking huge, man.
He was huge. He looked like the Hulk in there. Every time his back turned to the camera, I'm like, that dude is huge. So he rehydrated up nice and strong, which probably helped him absorb some of the strength from Beterbiev. But Beterbiev is a natural, strong man, very low body fat. You could see that his short punches were the most damaging punches in there. When he would hit Yarde with something short, a 6-inch punch or something, Yarde's eyes would get wide as saucers because he could say to himself in his mind, "Man, this guy is strong." But he was trying to suppress it. He was trying to not show he's hurt and things of that nature, which I give him a lot of credit for. There's a lot of guys who would have packed it in, and he tried to fight through it. And I give Tunde a lot of credit for recognizing that his man was near the brink of being broken, and he saved him from that. When I did my show today, there was a guy in the chat that marked that this was similar to when John the Beast Mugabe fought Marvin Hagler.
Marvin Hagler. I knew you was gonna go there. Yeah.
That was a perfect analogy because it was quite similar. The Beast had gone through all these guys, but he was undefeated. But when he got in there with Hagler, he had never been in there with a warrior like that who fought and was willing to risk it all like that and everything. And it didn't matter what you hit him with. It didn't matter how fast your hands were or how strong you were. You had to turn back the challenge of that warrior. And Hagler beat all of the fight out of Mugabe on that night. And he was never the same fighter again because Mugabe's people, the difference was they couldn't turn it off. They couldn't say, hey, let's come back another day. That's why Terry Norris was able to get him in like 1 or 2 rounds, whatever it was, 1 round, 2 rounds. Terry Norris stopped him real quick. His punch resistance was gone and everything because Hagler had taken all of that away from him.
Stormy B, man. Could I ask you a question, please?
Sure.
I think the only thing that could defeat Beterbiev will be his age, but because he, as you say, is low fat, how long do you think he's got at the top? He's 38 now, 2 years, 3 years, or could he defy logic and go on for 5 or 6 years at this level?
In this particular era, he can probably go till he's about 44 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, because of the way he lives. He lives the life of a man in the profession that he's chosen.
Oh, really? So he's clean cut. He doesn't party and do things like that.
No, absolutely not. He's a devout Muslim. He's a family man. He participates in Ramadan just like Devin Haney will be doing soon. All of these things factor in. And don't forget, this man had knee surgery before this fight. There were no signs of it. And I had wondered if there would be something that would tell me, is he having some trouble? He fought valiantly, and he fought like a professional. And you can't ask for more. He's actually someone to look to say, hey, I want to be a champion like that.
And do you think he could be like a throwback to one of my great heroes because of his longevity, Pedrosa? Do you remember Pedrosa, the Colombian in the 1980s?
Yeah, I actually said that you could take Artur Beterbiev and put him back in the 80s with Michael Spinks and Matthew Saad Muhammad, Dwight Muhammad Kawi, all of those guys from that era, because those men fought professionally and they worked at their craft. He's that type of guy, and he can get in there with those type of men and compete at the highest level, because it's not about your athleticism. It's not about your hand speed or, your foot speed. It's about being a five-dimensional fighter where you have all of the qualities from ring IQ, ring generalship, the ability to be proficient as a boxer, to have a chin, to be in condition on a regular basis. We're not talking about a guy that just get in shape for the fight of his life. This man comes to fight every fight like this. And he's never in a hurry to get the job done. He understands that he has 12 rounds to work with. And if you heard his post-fight interview, he said at the time that they stopped the fight, he was just getting warmed up. Well, damn it, if he was just getting warmed up, I don't want to be the guy that's in there when he's hot. You understand?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Salute to the Donez. Donito, Rachel, how y'all doing? You there?
Oh, yeah, crazy room. Hold on, going to my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
We had you on the big screen, like I said, my voice running out. Yeah.
I'm sorry, did the kids hear me?
Oh, they don't give a fuck.
Oh, my
We live
God,
in Vegas. Do you honestly think this is something? They were going around going titty, titty, titty. Titty, titty, titty. Like, you know the Mario when he goes down the pipe? They were singing it like that. I'm like, looking at him like, what?
Titty, titty, titty.
Yeah.
Titty, titty, titty.
Then my little one goes, I don't remember your boobs being that big, Ma. And I was like, yeah,
no.
you were little. And he was like, well, why was I sucking? I was like, we ain't going down this road right now. We just go back over there and go play with your iPad. Shut up.
Man. That's funny, man. How y'all doing?
Good. I was listening, throughout the whole thing. The weird racist thing that guy was trying to say. And then, but then I heard you guys talking about fight and wanted to give my opinion. I think one of the things is that me, Nonito, and my eldest, my 9-year-old, we were studying the fight tapes before, and my 9-year-old was giving his opinion. He's like, Yarde puts his feet together too often, blah, 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 blah. He keeps his chin in the air. He's gassing at 6. And everything that we had seen before, he did, except for putting his feet together. So I'm glad that his team and him were able to recognize and adjust for those flaws in his game. But it's one of those things that if he was only doing it for this camp, let's just say 8 to 12 weeks, give him 12 weeks at max to try to correct something like that wasn't what he naturally does. I believe he actually gassed out earlier than he normally does, because this is something that was unknown to him, right? It made him still a little bit jittery, more uncomfortable, and stuff like that. And that's, like I said, I give a big ups to Yarde. Like he really did go out there and try to put it all. The only thing that was irritating me was the whole mouthpiece issue. Nonito said the second time he should have taken a point away. In addition to the fact that the referee wasn't asking for the second mouthpiece, he kept chasing down the mouthpiece that was in the ring. The reason you're required to have 2 mouthpieces and you show it to the ref in the locker room is if one falls out, you grab the other one and you stick it in his mouth. You don't go give it back to the corner, wash it off, take all this time, and then put it back in his mouth. That's not what you're supposed to do. So that was awkward. And then Nonito kept just watching his corner, like, putting in the stool on the tarp already through the ropes, not completely put up. But before the bell even rang, 10 seconds, that stool was on the tarp underneath the rope. And he was like, where is anyone? Where's the commission to tell them that they can't do this? Why is there no oversight? Why are they letting them get away with this kind of crap?
Let me ask y'all. I do all the after the fight, I just ran to do a video. Was there a discrepancy with the scorecards? Because I missed that.
They said they had Yarde up 2 rounds, right?
Did they?
That's what I heard. I don't know,
Yeah,
because
They did. He was
had
winning.
him up.
He was
Tony, go
winning.
ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. They had him up?
Yeah, they had him up. The ringside judges had him up. I had him down on my live scorecard that I was doing, but the ringside judges had him winning. So here's how I look at this. This is what I look at, okay? Now, I'm going to do another British fighter real fast when I get to the end of this to do an apples-to-apples comparison. Here's what I look at. You have a guy in Archer Beterbiev that looks like a Terminator. The only time he was ever dropped was by Callum Johnson. However, he wasn't hurt. He got up and annihilated Callum Johnson. At no point in time was he hurt, even though he was dropped. Anthony Yarde hurt him on more than one occasion, which is something nobody's done before. We've never seen Beterbiev hurt, and he got hurt. Now, leading up to the stoppage, I had Yarde winning the 6th round, the 7th round, and he was winning the 8th round until he got hit by that overhand right that dropped him. So he had the momentum going in his favor. He was also catching Beterbiev all night with check left hooks. He was coming right over the top, rinse and repeat. Now, the comparison that I want to make real fast, and then we'll get to why I don't believe the towel should have came in, is this. I remember a young star who was looking for that come-up fight against another old fighter, Anthony Joshua. He got an uppercut that knocked his head off like a rock'em sock'em, and he dropped by Klitschko. He got up. When he got up, he was getting beat from pillar to post. Had they thrown in the towel, Joshua would have never become a unified champion. It would have stopped there for him. But they knew he was in there with a 4-year-old, and at some point in time, age does catch up. So a 40-year-old man is likely to gas, which Klitschko did, and AJ took the advantage, got the stoppage. In this case, you have a 38-year-old in there with Anthony Yarde. He's already got the momentum. Yes, he was knocked down. He was hurt. Now, here's what I want you to look at. Body language is key. If you're going to stop a fight, body language is everything. When Anthony Yarde gets up, he walks to the corner. Now, people like to say that, oh, he was looking over the ropes. No, he wasn't. If you watch the replay back, Tundi is at the edge of the ring yelling something at him. He's yelling at him. And he looks at Tundi, so that tells you he's aware because he looks at the guy that's yelling at him, his coach Tundi, and then he yells something back. After he mouths something back, he looks at the referee. He does all the instructions the referee says, and he goes right back to it. Unfortunately for him, he gets hit by the same overhand right. I believe it was a jab that staggered him back. He went into the ropes. When he fell into the ropes, he still had his guard up. He was still watching. The referee jumped in immediately because at that time, Tundi had waited off the fight. And he immediately reacted to the referee like, what are you doing? Why did you stop the fight? He yelled at the ref, which tells you again that he was aware. In my opinion, you have a 38-year-old who's never been hurt before, coming off of an injury. You've hurt him more than once. You have the momentum in your favor other than you just got rocked and caught. You give him the benefit of the doubt. You let him rise to the occasion. You give him the opportunity to be great or to get hurt. This is boxing. You don't get in there if you're scared to get hurt. The risk is already known the minute you step through those rings. Yarde, in my opinion, being in the ring myself, not like Donaire, that's a world champion, not on that level. But from my eyes, I saw a fighter that was still in the fight, and it wasn't over. And again, I have to come back to a 38-year-old who was already been hurt more than once in the fight. And Anthony Yarde is a knockout artist. We're not talking about a Paulo Malignaggi that's got pillows for fists. We're talking about a guy that can rock you. So I feel like the towel should not have come out, and he was robbed. I'm not saying he would win. I'm not saying he would not get stopped eventually. I'm just saying at that point in time, he had more fight left in him, and I don't like Tundi. I think he should be fired.
Can I say something on that?
Sure.
So, I mean, like, I see what you're saying. I saw it differently, and I think Nonito did too, because when we saw him, like, turn to his corner and he said something to Tundi, Tundi immediately from that corner of the rope said something to the guy who had the towel, the stool, and the bucket. I don't know what he said, but, of course I don't know what he said, but it seemed like there was some type of communication within that. Now, that being said, I believe that Yarde still has fight in him, that he could still continue on his career. There comes a point where, if you're coming against a killer like that, right, you could end your career prematurely due to the damage that could be sustained in that fight. So, it's literally a freaking catch-22. Like, it always is. Like, you can't win either way. I've told this story a bunch of times. When Nonito got knocked by Inoue, I told him to put his hands up. In hindsight, if I had not told him to put his hands up, he would have not continued, because the referee told us in the locker room, you don't put your hands up, I don't care what you say to me, the fight doesn't continue. It would have been a very questionable stoppage in the eyes of everyone, right? They would have been like, what the fuck? He was talking. Why did you stop the fight? If I had known 30 seconds later that Nonito was not hearing me, I told him to box, I told him to get his feet out from underneath him, but he had it in his head that he was going to go out on his shield. I seriously don't know what I would have done then either. Like, it's just such a, like, do you save him? Do you save him, and do you take the rap as a coach so he saves face and that he can fight another day?
Let me help you out there, Rachel.
Yeah.
You always err on the side of caution.
Yes, sir.
You always err on the side of caution, because at the end of the day, though this is a dangerous sport where people put their lives on the line, lives being the most important factor here, you live to fight another day. And so if there's an opportunity for grace, then you allow grace its time. If you don't do that, what happens sometimes is that may be very well the last time that a fighter was able to entertain and to give of self as they did in those moments. This is why I often speak about the trainers of today not being the trainers of yesteryear and of substance, because you have to have a feel for these things. It has nothing to do with where a fighter is in a fight. It has nothing to do with, now he was winning that round, he was doing good and everything. And I understand that Tony was the points that he was making, but he hurt, I'm speaking of Yarde now, Yarde hurt Beterbiev with a couple of shots because he can crack. But the difference was the punches that Beterbiev was hurting him with were a different type of a hurt. You understand? Debilitation hurt. Not the type that can get you out of there, but the type that will break something within you. There are fighters that go through this process. It's not something that's spoken of openly. And Nonito may understand because he's in the brotherhood of boxers. But at the same time, it's just like the closest thing I can give you an example of is if you saw the film, I think it's Rocky V, where it picks up after his fight with Drago, and he's in the shower and he's shaking and he's calling for Adrian. He was like, tell Adrian to come in here. And he couldn't stop himself from shaking. He said, I think I broke something. Mm-hmm. You understand? That was not drama. That was actually, I actually remember when I saw the film, I was like, damn, Stallone put that in there like that? That's going to go
that was scary.
People's head, because it is something that only the brotherhood, the community of fighters can understand. And it's an unspoken thing, because if there's any fighter who's experienced that, they are not likely to tell you about this. And that's why you heard me speak earlier about John the Beast Mugabe and his fight with Marvin Hagler. He went to a place that he didn't come back from in that fight. And you never saw that fighter that entered the fight with Hagler again. There have been others. But at the same time, you have to understand that as a coach and trainer. I wish Georgie Benton and Lou Duva had that sensibility for Meldrick Taylor. After his experience with Julio Cesar Chavez, he was never the same fighter again. The young man swallowed a pint of his own blood in that fight. He was broken in that fight, and he was winning the fight, Tony. He was winning, but he didn't win. And he was forever on the other side after that.
You know what?
Trainers have a responsibility. Your loved ones, family, they have a responsibility because they can see what we can't see because they know who they're talking to. They know who they're dealing with. That's the only thing that I can really give credit to Tunde for as far as that, because Yarde performed. He could not fight any better than what he did. That's why I don't slam him. A great deal different from AJ. A great deal different from AJ in personality, in talent, and performance, and also in intestinal fortitude. That's what I wanted to say on that.
So really fast, what was going on ringside, Rachel? Because I had people from the UK that were there that saw it. Tunde went for the towel, and the guy holding it refused to give it to him and told him that they weren't going to throw in the towel. That's why Tunde jumped up on the ring and had to wave his hand, because they would not give him the towel, because the other people in the camp felt like Yarde had more to go. So they wasn't going to give him the towel to throw it in. That's what happened, and that's why he stood on the ring side and was waving his hand at the ref.
Could it be that we've seen so many fugazi stoppages in boxing in our lifetime that we don't know a good one when we see it?
No. I wouldn't say that, because I would say anybody who's truly been around the sport, been to the fights, been in the ring, you know what I mean, seen it, we know. Like, for instance, with Patrick Day, I was yelling in my fucking screen for that fight to be stopped 3-4 rounds prior to it even happening, where he died.
Man, that was sad, man.
That's what. Yeah, that's what we're. That is
no, but it's different though, Art.
But we're trying to avoid Gerald McClellan, Michael Watson, and all the other these. And those are the things that people are trying to avoid. Hence why Stormy B-Man says always err on the side of caution. I would much rather a fight be stopped when it could go on if there's a possibility that the other fighter will suffer life-changing damage.
Right.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna drop this real quick because sorry, Drew, can I go? Because I gotta go actually.
Okay, go ahead.
So one of the things, like, you know, I know you're saying that you felt like he still had stuff. He had, you know, he still had stuff in his tank. He might have had stuff. He might have still had, you know, he definitely had heart. I'm not gonna ever take that away from him. But the one thing he didn't have is his legs. And if you're just gonna arm punch Beterbiev, you're going to get caught with something even harder because your legs are already not underneath him. So, you know, with that stoppage, knowing that he couldn't push his weight into the punches to actually make a difference on Beterbiev at that point in time, I think it was the proper stoppage. There's other ones, of course, that I've seen that we were yelling at the damn corner, telling them to stop it, and they wouldn't stop it, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it was a good call by his coach, because I do think that he can still continue and still have great fights. I think he showed a lot, and that he can change his game plan and he can evolve. And I hope he still does evolve. I thought that was an amazing fight. And hey, if they freaking run it back 100%, why not do it? And now you've already been in the ring with him. You know, if you can get that shot again and be 100% this time, 150%, then don't take that opportunity away from him. Being that, you know, you guys want to talk about the age, he's 31. He still has time. Still has time. He could still give us 4-7 years of really good fights. But with that, guys, thanks for having me on the panel. I got to help Nonito with something. I'll talk to you guys later. Shout out, guys.
Take care.
And let me add this. Let me add this.
She interjected over me. I just want to finish my thought on that before she interjected, which was fine. It was great what she said, and I'm not saying that it wasn't. But to continue on to what I was saying, we're bringing up scenarios where guys were beat up on. Like, in other words, they were getting unloaded on, had combos landed on them. Beterbiev was landing 1s and 2s on Yarde. It wasn't no time that he had Yarde trapped to where he just started unloading on him. Yes, every shot he throws is hard, whether it's a jab, whether it's a straight, a hook, it doesn't matter. Everything he throws is hammers. He hits hard. But there was no point in time that he had Yarde trapped. Even when he knocked him down, it was with an overhand. After he got up, it was with an overhand and just a jab, and Yarde was already getting out. He was against the ropes, away from Beterbiev when the referee came up. There was, if Beterbiev would have jumped on top of him, right? Let's just say the fight continued. and then he would have started unloading shots and the referee would have stepped in and stopped it, or Tundi would have threw the towel, then I would say, yes, okay, he could not protect himself. He cannot defend himself, call the fight off, but he wasn't in that danger at that point in time.
He absolutely was in that danger, Tony. And the reason that he was in that danger is because Beterbiev was controlling what was happening. It was at that point that you heard me say what he said at the post-fight. He was just getting warmed up at the time that they stopped the fight. That was Beterbiev saying that. This is not a vociferous, boastful guy. He speaks honestly. He gave Yarde all the credit that he deserved for being the challenger that he was. What I talked about with him hurting, listen, you don't know the conversations that were going on in the corner between the cornerman and Yarde, but I'm going to tell you, there were things that he was experiencing that he had not experienced before. He was fighting through, which is why you don't question his heart, his character, and his desire, because he would have fought until he got knocked out, like that young man got knocked out in the later fight against Rocha. It would have gone like that. And if it goes like that, he may not be the same guy because of who's doing it. When Beterbiev had him in there against those ropes and everything, it was Beterbiev who stopped. He pulled back. He stopped and stepped outside or whatever, because he's got time to work with and he's controlling the situation. It's not like Yarde fought him off of him and like he had to reset or something. No, he was taking his time. And those are the most dangerous fighters because they are calculating. They're setting traps all the time. He learned early in the fight that all he had to do was a subtle movement to Beterbiev's right to offset what Yarde was having trouble with. When Beterbiev would skip around to what ended up being Yarde's left side, he was losing him. And he had to move a certain kind of way to get it back. When they talked about his feet being together, very observant, because that's exactly what he was doing. Because eventually you catch a guy late in the fight that's doing that and his feet together, you clip him, you knock him down, if not out, because he's off balance. This is ring IQ. This is ring generalship. And to the layman's eye, they don't see these things. They only see the aftermath of what happens. And when a guy's body is no longer responding like it was 3 rounds ago, and Tundi can understand that and see that, he's in the gym with the kid every day. He may have wanted to stop the fight because he didn't want what could happen to be a finality. And the other men were thinking that he's doing great and let him go. But I'm going to tell you, it's a fine line, but you err on the side of caution. It is better to stop something 1 punch too soon than 1 punch too late. And lastly, we saw this in a previous Artur Beterbiev performance against Alexander Gavaskik. Gavaskik had come back to the corner around round 6 and told Teddy Atlas he didn't want to fight no more. He didn't want to go out there anymore. And Teddy Atlas gave him this rah-rah speech about we're firemen and we live in the heat and all of this stuff. And he pushed him back out there for a couple of more rounds and he got stopped viciously and he had a brain bleed behind the fight and his career is over. When the man said he was a tough fighter, he had just done the same thing to Adonis Stevenson, Gavaskik. So when he's telling Teddy that he don't want to go back out there, something is wrong. He's not a quitter. He's not a chump. He was a champion. So you have to be able to define what's happening with your fighter. You don't wait until the fighter is broken to see that there's damage. You have to see him and see him for who he is because he's a human being. And if you're working with him in the gym every damn day, these are the things a real trainer is supposed to take hold of with a fighter. You're taking the punches just like he is. And if he's protecting himself, he's good. If he can't, he won't. And if he's getting hurt, he's going to let you know. And Gavaskit let Teddy know, and Teddy kept pushing him out there. Just like Andrew Galata's people kept trying to push him out there against Mike Tyson, and he didn't want to go back out there with Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
And he quit.
It was wrong. It turned out the guy ended up, I think he had a broken jaw, and he had a dislodged vertebrae in his spine against Mike Tyson.
For punches.
And he's a big, strong guy. Yeah, he's a big, strong guy. Oh, he quit. He's a big dude. He quit. They did x-rays. The guy got a broken jaw. He's got a dislodged spine and everything from an overhand right that Mike Tyson hit him with. But he didn't want to go. He went to his corner and he said, stop the fight. Don't you do this, you cocksucker. You get back out there. They try to push his mouthpiece back in his fight. He said, no. He pushed them off of him. It was something wrong.
That's right.
So, yeah, you paid your ticket to watch a fight, but people get hurt, man. And people get hurt bad, and people freaking die.
Yeah. Let me read this before you cook, Tony. Let me read this. This is a direct quote. I'm on Boxing Scene right now. Anthony Yarde says, and I quote, I heard the count start. I took my time. I beat the count, but my trainer and my team loved me and said they were seeing something they didn't like. All I was thinking was get up, go at him, hit him with anything, but it was called off, and I'm unable to speak. It was called off, and I am able to speak and laugh about it now. So we live to fight another day. So it sounds like what he says there, he may have been about to be too tough for his own good, but he had a corner that understood the guy that they train with. Whatever they were working on in the gym wasn't translating in that ring, and they didn't foresee it getting any better based off of what they were up against. So go ahead, Tony.
No, I was just gonna say the difference here is like he wasn't trying to quit. He wasn't telling his corner that he didn't want to continue. In fact, like I said, when he went to the corner after being knocked down, Tunde was yelling at him, probably talking about stopping the fight, and he yelled something back and looked away from him and went to the ref to continue. So completely different scenarios. I agree. Everybody who gets in the ring is a human being, but this is not soccer. We're not going to pull out a fucking card because somebody gets hurt. It's the hurt game. I'm not saying somebody needs to die. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is there is a proper time to throw the towel in. Case in point, when Deontay Wilder had the towel thrown in by Mark Breland, he was in the midst of throwing a left hook the same time the towel came across. However, prior to that, he was getting beat from pillar to post, round after round after round after round. It's understandable why he threw in the towel. This was not the case. Again, I have to go back to, if you look at the prior rounds, Beterbiev could say whatever he wants about warming up, and you could say he's not boastful, but the story of the fight, if you watch it, tells a different story. He lost the 6th round. He lost the 7th round. He was losing the 8th round before he caught him with the overhand right. The momentum was not in his favor. He was losing the fight on the scorecard and the momentum. That's the facts. That's the reality. He was losing. The overhand right.
Hey, Drew, I'm going to drop off now. Thank you very much. It's early hours of the morning. Thank
no doubt,
you
my
for
brother.
having me on the panel. And
No
thank
doubt,
you,
my brother.
Stormy B. Thanks, everyone.
Salute to you, Art.
No doubt, man. Salute to you. Salute to you.
Okay, keep in touch. Good night.
I'm gonna
everyone.
hop
Thank
off
you.
too. I'm gonna hop off too, Drew. Just let me say this real fast. My biggest problem with this is this: when you look at his competitors, right? You have Callum Smith, who's 9 times out of 10 probably going to beat Beterbiev at this point. Okay, he's only 32 years old, and then you have Bivol, who's only 31 years old. So his peers are the same age as him, and they're much better than him. If he was going to be a champion, this would have been the night that he would have been able to do it. I highly doubt he'll ever get another shot. I highly doubt he'll ever be a champion. If it was going to happen, he had the momentum in his favor. Yes, he got caught. Yes, he got hurt, but he got up. He wanted to continue, and it was taken from him. That's my only issue. I agree with you. I don't want to see no fighter killed. I don't want to see no fighter permanently hurt, because all these fans that claim they love fighters, they disappear the minute their career's over. Nobody takes care of them. Nobody goes to see them. So I'm right there with you. I've been around world champions. I've been in the ring. I've boxed. I had amateur matches. I understand where you're coming from. But I also understand that when it is your moment to be robbed of it, it's horrible. And I feel like he was robbed of a moment that you might be right. He might have got knocked out 5 seconds later, but at least he would have had the opportunity to continue to try to win. That's all. I feel like it was stolen from him. But I'm going to hop off.
No doubt, Tony. No doubt, man. Thank you for stopping by, man. No doubt. Yeah, you know, everyone has an opinion. My take on it is what I said. I think that the corner, sometimes you might have a fighter that might be too tough for their own good. You know, I know, for example, if you're training a guy like Evander Holyfield, I mean, there was times he probably gave his goddamn corner heart attacks. Like, what are you doing? What is going, you know? But case in point, I'm bringing up Evander. When Evander fought James Toney, I didn't know he was that hurt that he went down off of a body shot, and that's what ended it. His corner threw in the towel because they didn't see him being able to pull any rabbits out the hat. You understand? Now I'm at home and I watch it. I said they stopped it over that, but when I watched the fight again, and I was able to slow down on certain things, James was getting him. That was good body work he put on.
Because that was, listen, when James Toney beat Evander Holyfield, nobody had gone to Evander's body like that outside of Riddick Bowe. That's why Riddick Bowe had the success against Holyfield that he had. Most guys, not even Mike Tyson, Ray Mercer, none of those so-called hard-punching guys, not even Lennox Lewis, went to Evander's body. Evander was a much smaller man than the guys he was competing with in his era. And it was interesting because that was his Achilles. That was his weakness. And James Toney, who was an expert at inside fighting, he knew that Holyfield was going to be an aggressor. All he had to do was throw the proper counters. And he countered to Evander Holyfield's body all night long, which in fact took Evander's legs away from him. And so it got to the point that he couldn't get out of the way of James Toney's right hand. Remember when Toney was throwing those right hands, nailing Evander on the chin? Now he would have had to throw 150 of them to put Evander on the floor because the guy had a good chin. But he was taking them so solidly that he couldn't get out of the way because Toney had taken his legs away from him. Tactical, strategic. It's like those are the type of things, again, many people can't see that. But that's exactly the way he was supposed to fight him and exactly what he was supposed to do to him. Beterbiev was going to start that on Yarde. He hadn't started the body work consistently. He put it in spurts here and there.
Let me read these super chats real because there's one I want to get to in particular. Salute to Jermaine Bean in that super chat. He said Yarde was winning on the cards, but he wasn't winning the fight. Beterbiev was in control and about to switch gears. That's what I saw. He was picking up the pace. Salute to you, Jermaine Bean. Salute to you in that super chat. Much love. And salute to you, Tony, man. Thank you for sliding through. Jermaine Bean back in the super chat. He says, shout out to Yarde. Most get vacant title shots. True, and Yarde's not done. I disagree. I agree with the stoppage. That's just G Chain with those euros in the super chat. He said, I was there ringside supporting my guys Yarde and Tunde last night. Oh, salute to you, bro. Was proud of his performance, showed heart and a good chin, and caught Beterbiev with some good shots too. Bless up, Drew, and everyone in the chat, man. Salute to you, brother, man. And it was popping, man. One thing I will say about the UK, it must be dope to go to a fight out there because they support. They support, man. They
support boxing like the US will support NFL games or something like that.
Yeah. It must. It's an event to go to the UK. I do want to go to a fight in the UK, and I do want to do that. They be singing and shit, man. That shit look fun. I ain't even gonna hold you on that. That sounds like a bunch of fun. But yeah, I saw. Look, salute to Yarde because we did see some things from Yarde, and I'm impressed because Yarde did not come to lay down.
No.
He did not come to, and he did the best he can. That Anthony Yarde beats the shit out of Sergey Kovalev. I hope y'all know that. Yeah. He has improved. He improved a great deal. And he has nothing to hang his head from what I'm reading. I don't think he's holding his head, and I hope he's not. He showed a lot of heart. He was just in there with a guy that was able to withstand what he brought to the table. And like the brother said in the chat, he was switching gears and he was about to turn up. So, marks on your face and stuff, that's part of the game. You understand? But what I saw from Beterbiev is what he's been showing me, that he has a lot of his temperament in that ring. You don't see that type of temperament too often. Dare I say, Beterbiev in this era right now, he's special. In the 80s, he'd be the norm. But in this era, he's special. This is a guy that's going to give you what you paid for. I was very entertained watching him because he was in there with a guy that was bigger and faster and younger. And he brought him down. He made him fight his fight. So maybe if Tunde didn't stop the fight, and let's say he made it out of round 8, Beterbiev is saying he had a whole other bag of tricks. He was cutting the ring off. He was taking risks. That's how he got hurt. He took some risks. He ate a shot to try and land one shot.
Did you notice how often he kept him in the triangle?
Please, for those that don't know, please explain what the triangle is. For those that don't know.
The triangle is the
I can't stop seeing it now.
Right. The triangle is the corner portion of the ring where fighters either sit in the corners or they're the neutral corners. And Beterbiev would angle him and work him over into those sections and go to work on him. But he wouldn't press and hold him and keep him there. He would go in, do damage, get body shots in, get his short leverage shots off, and then he'll step up to the side or whatever. And the thing was that there were moments that Yarde would retreat to those areas and to the ropes. And when you start to do that against a fighter like Artur Beterbiev, he recognizes that he is in control. That's why he's not in a rush, because you are actually accommodating him. You're giving in to what he wants. A fighter like him wants you in those areas, not necessarily in the center of the ring where you could keep the ring, you could keep him turning and turning and turning, but near ropes and near the triangle, that's where he wants you. He can do things and he can do them at his own pace. When that knockdown occurred, there was pressure there, and Yarde was starting to wither. And he put him down. I was like, oh, there we go. And he went down, got up. He went down twice, right?
Yeah.
In that round. That second time when he went down on his hands and knees, I was like, this is over. Because the shark now smells blood in the water. And you got 4 rounds to go after this. This round wasn't even complete yet. So you have to understand the writing on the wall. I understand that. It's very difficult when somebody wants a guy to win. You just heard me speak about my favorite fighter getting his ass beat down by James Toney. There's no shame in that because I understand boxing. And James Toney did exactly what he was supposed to do. And what else did I compare it to? The other man who beat Evander's ass was Riddick Bowe, because Bowe went to his body. Bowe went to his body because Eddie Futch told him to.
That was the best Riddick Bowe you saw with Eddie Futch. And
dude, it's called a sweet science for a reason. It's not called sweet cerebral, huh? It's not called rocket science. It's called the sweet science, because when you understand martial arts, and this is for any martial artist out there, any professional fighter out there, amateur fighter, if you are a UFC fighter, whatever, when you understand the movement of body, physicality, and how to control exertion and to defend and ward off someone's physicality coming at you to deflect it or channel it and take it into another direction, and those things, that's sweet, because the average person don't know those things. It's about leverage. It's about timing. It's about a number of things that the regular common dude ain't thinking about, don't know anything about. There's a reason it's called the sweet science.
So I think I agree with the stoppage. You live to fight another day. I don't know, because I can only imagine. I don't even remember how much time was left in that round. But I'm worried about what was going to happen later, because whatever he did, Beterbiev was able to adjust to it so that he can land those thudding punches. You see G Chain, what he said. He said, "Fam, I've been in over 30 title fights in my life, but the sound of Beterbiev's punches was landing different." This guy got clubs, man. And
Yarde was standing up to a lot of it, but it was debilitating him. It wasn't like it was going on unchecked. You know what I'm saying? This guy probably, and I kind of got a read on his personality. He might say, "Oh, he can punch," but he ain't gonna tell you, "Man, I'm sore as hell." That guy was. He's not gonna tell you those things.
Like Chavez and Meldrick Taylor. We don't like that stoppage. Richard still gave his assessment on why he stopped it. But when you watch that fight, Chavez was landing a majority of the harder punches, although I thought Meldrick was winning. And all he needed to do was get to the end, and he got the decision. But those were some hard shots that Chavez was landing, man.
At what cost? It's like, and his corner was telling him, "We need this round. We need this round." Mm-hmm. I'm like, y'all sending him out there to get killed.
He pissed blood when he said he went back after the fight. He went back. He pissed all blood. That's not normal.
The man swallowed a pint of his own blood during the fight. 1 pint. Do you know people drink pints from the liquor store? Okay.
Yeah. That's not
a
good.
Pint of his own blood.
That is amazing, man. That is amazing, and that's scary. And Yarde is he's a professional. I like him as a fighter, man. And I want to see him be successful. But I told y'all, I said I just don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. This was bad. And salute to Playboy Plays in a super love. He says, oops, wait, there it is. He said they were saying pound for pound, he's the hardest puncher in boxing. They were talking about Beterbiev. I'd say he's up there. He's up there because we're seeing the results, man. We're seeing the results.
Let me say this about him too. Beterbiev, he has an idea that he doesn't have to just go get you, but he will break you down. And that's worse, because sometimes you just want to gotta knock you out. You understand? But if he's pounding on you and beating you and hitting you in this spot and hitting you in that spot, you'd be like, "Man, just hit me on the chin and knock me the freak out," But one saving grace for Anthony Yarde too may have been what he rehydrated up to. I would love to know what he weighed on fight night, because
I was going to ask you that. I don't know. He weighed in at 174. I wonder what he rehydrated to.
He probably was like 190. He was
big, man.
Yeah,
he was big,
and that saved him. Remember, Clarissa Shields was in there with Savannah Marshall, who was 35 pounds heavier than what she weighed in on fight night.
That scale had to have been broken, man. That scale had to have been broken, man. How the hell you gain 35 pounds in a day? That scale had to have been broken. Those guys was cheating over there, man. I don't even want to hear it. They were cheating, man.
And lastly, let me say this about my scorecard.
Mm-hmm.
I had given 2, possibly 3 rounds to Yarde.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I didn't have him winning like they had him winning. But he was performing well. He was doing, and that doesn't mean that I'm right. You understand? I'm just speaking, how I was seeing things. But all you've heard me do is give him credit for his performance, because he truly came to fight. And you can't say that for everyone. We've seen fighters with better promotion and everything than he that perform far less. and even have quit. And I will not call him a quitter. I will not.
Word up. He did the best he could. I'm glad he's safe. You know, what's next for Beterbiev? Bivol. I'll have nothing else. I want Bivol. I want that fight. We need to force that fight because we want undisputed, right? That's what we want. And truth be told, they should have been fought last year. They should have been fought last year, but there was no push. So let's push for that. Undisputed. You know what I'm saying? I want Beterbiev versus Bivol, man. But this was a dope-ass show. We had a lot of people come through. You know, every now and again, I got to let a troll in here so y'all can see what we're dealing with, the level of competence, which is none from a troll. You know, I had the UK version of Big Pun slide through here with no lyrics, though. He just came through smoking a blunt, eating a brisket, talking shit, and, you know, whatever, man. But it's all good, man. Salute to y'all. Yeah, Mo, you know what? A lot of people are saying that. We got to make that fight. Bivol versus Beterbiev, man. We got to make that fight. We got to make that fight because I don't want them fighting anyone else. Because those two guys, that's undisputed. 175. That's it. We should want no other fight but those two guys, man. So y'all know what time it is, man. Hashtag big titties. Stormy, what we got cooking on Noise on Culture tomorrow?
Man, tomorrow we are going to look at three for me, three for you of our favorite rom-coms.
Rom-coms. They don't even know what that is.
Romantic comedies.
One just popped in my head.
I got my three. Even if you got the same or got one of the ones I got, it don't matter. But yeah, I thought we'd do that because I think that'd be kind of fun. I said three because we'll probably get through 4 or 5 of them, you know, because it's like how we do when we get to talking. But yeah.
Salute to 88 Sports Talk in that super chat. He said he's going to do the same thing to Bivol. It might take longer because Bivol movement, but he's going to break Bivol down to it. He's going to break Bivol down too, and Bivol ain't big for 175. We're going to see, man. We're going to see, man. Salute to you in that super chat. Man, salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda super chat. You know, salute to Beterbiev.
Why do you say this to me when you know I will kill you for it?
I love that. And screw you, monkeys. I see y'all in the AM. Painful Excellence podcast tomorrow. Noise on Culture tomorrow. Much love and appreciation, man. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.